Hello, welcome to another episode of Dad's Turn to Talk. My name is Bob, and we've got a good one for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Knightfall animated movies that are going to be coming out. We also have a new trailer for The Running Man. We're going to be debating how ethical it is to use specific videos and images of AI when it comes to celebrities who have passed on and kind of decide whether that's ethical or not. And we're going to be reviewing the new John Candy documentary that just came out called I Like Me. Now, before we get into that, I want to go ahead and introduce my co-hosts. Derek, you are out of town, out in the world working. How are you doing today, and where are you at?
I come to you live from the state capital of California, in Sacramento.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's all right. We do legislation just fine out here. Okay, this is where it goes down. So, but they do have the Sacramento Kings, and I feel bad for them now. So now you can say I'm sorry. This, the trip has been fine. It's amazing when you come out here in order to go to work and you get no work done because everybody wants to talk to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, oh, Derek, you got a second?
Yeah.
Not really, but apparently I'm not going to get out of this. So let's talk. And it's like every manager, every director, like VP, my boss, which is not, I mean, it's bad. It's good that they want to talk to you. That means that you must be doing something right, unless they tell you you're doing something wrong. But it's because they probably just want to get in your ear and talk to you about, progress and how you keep things moving forward. So it's not that, can't be all that bad if that's the case.
Is the office nice you're at over there?
It's an office.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
They got elevators and everything.
Close to the hotel?
It's not far away at all. And actually, you guys saw Severance, right?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay.
No.
Well, in the in that show, they have an office building, and it looks like a maze. Like you can't figure out which direction to go.
Yeah.
It just looks like this labyrinth of like all the same patterns, and that's exactly what my office building is like.
Oh,
I got
wow.
lost at least 5 times the first time I went there.
That's funny.
Yeah, but other than that, no complaints. The room is rather nice. You know what? You see that? There's a bed over there.
Yeah.
Nobody else in it but me.
No kids, no wife.
Nobody. It's mine. Mine alone. That's it. Because our kids try to hijack our bed when we're at home. Well, not both of them, but the little one sure does. So that's me, and it's lovely. I've talked to my wife about Sacramento.
All right. Well, we're glad that you're doing all right and that the trip's going well. Josh, how you doing tonight?
I am doing great. I am doing well. It's been a decent week. And did you guys hear the news? Speaking of Sacramento Kings, Westbrook's going to the Kings?
Yeah. We read that announcement when we were at lunch.
Does it make them better?
I told my boss, I said, well, that's the only player you're getting then, knowing what he asked for.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. And no, can't complain, Bob. Everything is good. Glad to be on the show.
Well, just a quick reminder before we get into everything that we do timestamp all of our topics. So if there's something specific that you want to jump to, you can go ahead and do that. You'll find the timestamps in the description below. But we do encourage you to go ahead and stick around for the full show. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. That being said, let's go ahead and get into our topics for the night. All right.
Love that music.
So, like I said, we've got a new trailer for The Running Man, and there was an announcement concerning the new Batman animated films from DC Studios. Let me go ahead and pull up the trailer, and we will start with that. Let's get this up here.
I made it a point to wait for this one.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let me just share my screen here. You guys see it?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
You know, I've been thinking about the show. For the next 30 days, everyone in the country is trying to murder me. And that's crazy, right?
People on these games never come back.
We have no choice. We need money for a doctor now.
Welcome to the Running Man. Contestants will be hunted for 30 days. Anyone can kill you.
Hunt them down!
Survive, and you will walk away with $1 billion new.
I always thought this was fake. Feeling pretty real now.
I need weapons, an ID, and a disguise. Holy shit, is that C4?
That's not for sale.
Don't you get it?
This game is rigged.
I got a grenade!
Back at you.
Everything okay, Mr. Springer?
Yeah.
You know why they cheered for you down there?
Go, go!
If you can survive against those goons, so can they.
I'm just trying to get back to my family.
They're here.
I'll be honest with you. I can't just let you win this game.
What the fuck is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
All right. Josh, we'll start with you. What'd you think of that?
I think it looks awesome. I think it's going to be a great movie. It's funny. I'm almost done with Stranger Things, and I want to watch the first Running Man because we're going to review it right here in a couple of weeks.
Right.
And so I'm like, after seeing that, I'm like, shoot, should I just go start watching Running Man and then pick up Stranger Things right after that? Because I'm midway through episode 8. And I know episode 9 is what, 2.5 hours, you told me, Bob?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll finish episode 8 and then watch the Running Man one night and then get back. But I think the trailer looks great. I love the concept. Again, I never saw the original one, so I definitely, want to see that and, hopefully see this one and see how it compares. And yeah, I think it looks really cool. What's his name? Who's in it? Glenn Powell, right?
Glenn Powell.
And I think he's going to do a great job. I mean, you guys have seen it based on what you just saw. The premise is pretty much the same in the story of them finding, needing enough money for medicine and all that, or no?
Not quite.
Like
Okay.
pieces of it are the same.
Okay, so it's a little.
It's not,
My
it's not
understa-
totally the same.
My understanding is that this is closer to the book. The movie was meant to capitalize off of Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Right,
the
right,
original. So
Which they did a
Um,
fantastic job of. Mission accomplished.
right. I would
yeah,
watch.
I can't wait till we watch that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Great.
When are we watching that one? When are we reviewing?
We
that
still got a
one?
couple of weeks. We'll figure out what we're going to watch for next week. But we've got a Halloween, the original one for the Halloween episode, and then probably the Running Man right after that.
Okay, and we've got kids coming on next week, right?
Maybe.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
And I'm excited. It looks really
Yeah.
good. I love the concept. Looks funny. Like seeing Josh Brolin in there. Curious how it goes.
All right, Derek. And somebody who's seen the original, what do you think?
I wasn't already signed up for this the first time around. You showed me more of what's awesome, so I haven't changed my thoughts on this at all. To Josh's point, it is different in the premise and the story.
Okay.
The game show that's completely on money. That's on point. So it is a game show, but how he gets there is clearly a little bit different. And there's these things called the people on the show, I think they're called the Stalkers. Is that their name? Yeah.
Yeah, the
so they have
Stalkers.
those. I don't know if they have. It's hard to know if they have those in this based off what I've seen. But if they do, great. I'm even more signed up. If they don't, it's okay. It still looks awesome. Edgar Wright is responsible for a really underrated movie that I came to appreciate called Baby Driver.
Oh yeah.
Really good.
Baby
And so I don't
Driver.
think it's going to be any different. He was there was a guy who was an unknown who was the star, but then John Hamm was in it. There was a few. Jamie Foxx was in it. It came out a while ago, but it's a really, really well done action movie. And I have a feeling that Edgar Wright is going to do this one justice. I'm pretty excited overall about this. Show me more awesome. I can't wait to do the old and the new. I'm going to be just giggly like a little schoolgirl. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Edgar Wright was actually supposed to direct the original Ant-Man, but it ended up not happening. And I think it was Peyton Reed who had directed it. But
Yes.
Edgar Wright did write, or he was one of the ones that came up with the story and the screenplay for Ant-Man. So yeah, he's a pretty good filmmaker. So
That would have
I'm
been
looking
fun to
forward
see him do that because he's really big on good action sequences. So that could have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What could have been?
I mean, this looks great.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have seen a lot of stinkers this year.
Yeah.
Superman among them.
Thank you for that.
And overall, I've been disappointed in movies this year. There've been a few good ones, but a lot of mediocre ones. A few that were better than I expected. One, Ballerina, both of those I thought were really, really good. Several that really let me down. But this looks like this could be one to redeem the box office. Hopefully it makes a lot of money. I think it's coming out the same day, though, as Now You See Me.
Oh,
Now You
November
Don't?
14th is that day? Oh, man.
Yeah, I think so. So that could give it some competition. But I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Glenn Powell, he's really blossomed as far as becoming a leading man for movies. I like a lot of what he's done. I loved his role in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
He was fun in Twisters. Did you see Twisters?
He was good. It was good.
Yeah, he played this kind of this tornado wrangler that was like a social media influencer, and they would post all their tornado experiences on line, and so it was really cool. He was real crazy. He had a crazy team with him. It's kind of what you would expect from a Twisters movie, but he was the lead character or lead actor. So yeah, I thought he did a great job in that. So he's really coming along, and I'm looking forward to seeing this and kind of this take on the Running Man. This looks like it's going to be a little bit more serious than the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. And yet at the same time, it looks like it's got some humor in it. Like, I don't think we're going to see a bunch of one-liners in this like we do from Arnold movies.
They're doing this because they want you to have fun. Like, they want you to have a lot of fun. So that's why I'm excited about this. I'm not going because I need anything Shakespearean.
That's a great line.
I'm not looking for incredible dialogue.
Shakespeare.
You don't have to give that.
Yeah, I don't need anything major. I just want to see a dude running for his life, trying to win a game, and make sure that he survives. That's it. That's all I want to see.
Stuff blowing up.
And if it's and if you have a lot of awesomeness around it, even better. So, yeah, this
looks like you're gonna get it. Yeah, thumbs up. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and let's jump into this article over here because we got some news concerning an animated Batman film. And actually, it's going to be a series of Batman films. This is an article over on Variety. It says Batman Knightfall animated films set at Warner Brothers Animation. There's the logo for Batman Knightfall.
Cool.
A multi-part animated film adaptation of Batman Knightfall is currently in production, Variety has learned. The announcement was made at New York Comic-Con at the end of the Warner Brothers animation panel, The Art Knight Batman in Animation. The first part of Batman Knightfall is slated to debut in 2026 with an exact premiere date to be announced at a later time. The film is based on the Batman comic book arc of the same name that was released in 3 parts between 1993 and 1994. It was created by Doug Minch, Chuck Dixon, Alan Grant, Dennis O'Neil, Peter David, Joe Duffy, Jim Aparo, Graham Nolan, Norm Bragg Fogel, and Jim Ballant. It is widely regarded as one of the best Batman stories of all time. I hate all these pop-ups. The official logline states, when the mysterious behemoth known only as Bane frees Batman's entire rogues gallery from Arkham Asylum, the Caped Crusader is pushed to his mental and physical breaking point. Batman Knightfall Part 1 is directed by Jeff Wamester and written by Jeremy Adams. Rick Morales serves as supervising producer alongside producers Jim Craig and Kimberly S. Moreau. Sam Register and Michael Uslan are executive producers. Knightfall has never been directly adapted for the screen, though it has been referenced in numerous Batman projects over the years. Perhaps most famously, elements of the storyline were incorporated into the film The Dark Knight Rises, starring Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne, Batman, and Tom Hardy as Bane. Previous Batman animated films include Batman Death in the Family, which was pretty good. Yeah. Batman the Killing Joke, okay. And Batman Under the Red Hood, which I thought was pretty good too.
I don't know if I saw Death in the Family. I think I know for sure I saw Killing Joke.
So there we have it. We have Batman Knightfall, which I think is my favorite Batman story. I have been wanting to see a direct adaptation of this, and now it looks like we are getting it. Probably, I hope it's in the same realm as the Death of Superman was. Not that first one that came out years ago, Superman Doomsday, but this last one that came out that had the Death of Superman and then the Reign of the Superman. Yeah. I thought those were a lot more, they captured the spirit of the comic a lot better.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's more along the lines of that. Derek, what do you think of this?
You're never going to hear me not excited about a Batman animated film. I will always get very, 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 very giddy about these. I remember, I think it was Sun Number 1, where I had the late night shifts, and on HBO Max, they had like a slew of these, and I watched all of them late night binge watching. The Killing Joke was one of them.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Red Hood one. I saw the Dark Knight Part 1, and then the Part 2 one where he actually kills the Joker.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is very well done. It's very, very, very. They're all really fun animated movies. I don't think this one's going to be any different. I'm excited for this one. I don't know the story as well as you do, Bob, but the idea of Bane breaking everybody out, that math adds up. Bane's actually the perfect villain to do that too. So I'm looking very forward to that. People tend to forget that Bane is the one that actually, he broke the bat.
He broke the bat.
He did it. And then even for as many times as Joker has tried to come after the bat, he never did. He never got him. Bane did. Well played. Well played, Bane. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Part 1 is about. Part 2, they haven't really gotten into yet, from what I could tell, which I'm also excited about. Keep it a mystery.
Mike, what I'm curious is, they say this is going to be a multi-arc or multi-part storyline. I wonder if they're going to make it 3 parts, that the first part will be the breaking of the bat. You could almost make it 4 parts. The second part where he has where the new Batman actually has to defeat Bane. the third one where you see Batman trying to heal up, as well as the new Batman on his quest doing stuff, and then Bruce having to retake that mantle because the new Batman screwed up so badly. So I think that could be kind of interesting. Josh, what do you think?
I think it looks awesome. I think, Bob, that episode, the first part, I don't think we get him breaking the bat. I think that's the second part. I think
If it happens, I think it happens at the end of part one.
I mean, it could. I'm like you. I am very excited about this. Derek, what makes this whole series so interesting? And you mentioned like the Joker and, how he could never do what Bane did. When Batman and Robin came out, and it was such a bad movie, and it put Bane as this just idiot.
Oh God, that was
In
awful.
comics, Bane is like a genius.
He's a genius. He's a muscle-bound genius. That's the
Like,
beauty.
he's from South America. He can literally he had a plan. He's like, I'm literally going to let out Batman's rogue gallery one by one and exhaust him. And then he finds out that Batman is Bruce Wayne and attacks him in the Batcave.
I think he already knew that was the thing. He had been studying him. Yeah, he had been studying him, and he knew that he had to break Batman's spirit, not just his
Right.
physical body. And so that's why he released the entire all the rogues from Arkham Asylum. He just broke them all out at once. And Batman had to go and catch them all. And I think if they're going to do this story justice,
Yeah.
they have to have a Robin. They have to have Tim Drake.
Okay.
Because Tim Drake was Robin during that time.
Got it.
And then it's important to have Azrael there because that's who Batman asks to take his place. He purposefully doesn't ask Dick Grayson because even though he knows Dick would say yes, he wants Dick to be able to still be his own man because that's what Dick really wants, is to be his own man. He wants to be out of the shadow of Batman. And so that becomes significant that he asked the wrong person to take over because the person he asked has his own sense of justice that's very different from Batman's. The one he should have asked was Dick Grayson. And I mean, granted, in the comic later, Dick ends up donning the mantle of the Batman, but yeah, he made that mistake.
Where does this fall in the timeline between this and The Dark Knight Returns? Is he a much younger Batman in this?
Okay, well, The Dark Knight Returns is a story that's it's set on its own.
Okay.
It's kind of an Elseworld story. And Batman's already retired and has to kind of come out of retirement and whatnot. So you got a much, much older character. This is a much younger character.
Okay. All right. What else was I thinking about?
Will they be a part 5 potentially with Terry McGinnis? Do we go into 2035? Do we make the jump?
And weren't the villains in it in the comic, Bob? Wasn't it? It was Joker. It was Two-Face. It was Riddler.
It was I don't remember, but okay, Knightfall was a 19-issue run.
Yeah.
I think it was 19 issues.
Okay.
And it wasn't until issue 11 or 12 that he actually gets his back broken.
Okay.
So he spends the first 10 issues, 11 issues trying to round up these criminals.
Got it.
And all this whole time, Bane is studying him, watching him, and waiting for the right moment to strike. And there's a point in the comic where one of Bane's men asks him, saying, "Why don't you just attack him now?" And he says, "Yeah, his body's weakened, but his spirit is still strong. We need to weaken his spirit." And so you're just watching him just beaten down physically, mentally, until Bane finally attacks. And that's why he's able to defeat him, because he was so weak at that point.
Okay.
So,
So what do
yeah,
you think?
I'm really excited to see this. I just want them to do this justice. I also am curious how many parts this is going to be, because are
Right.
they going to do the Night Quest? Are they also going to do Night's End? Because that's the 3 parts that it was released in. It was Nightfall, which was like 19 issues, and then there was Night Quest, which was where you actually saw the new Batman doing his thing, and you see Bruce going on his own little mission, trying to get better, but he's also trying to save somebody that's a friend of his, and I believe it was somebody he was actually romantic with. But he gets healed during that, and then you have Night's End, where the new Batman, it's clear that he's not the right person for this. And
Right.
so Bruce goes back on, spends the first few issues training, and then ends up having to fight him and take the mantle back because he didn't want, or the new one didn't want to give it up. So yeah, it if they do this properly, this could be awesome. You could even make this 6, 7 films here. I mean, if you want to do this justice,
This would be awesome if they did that.
I
That would
think
be great.
probably do it 3 to 4 films. But let's see. I hope they do it justice, and I hope each one is like about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun with this.
Yeah, good call. I would love it if they pushed the envelope with it and went like 7 film. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get pushback from the audience on that.
No.
'Cause I'll tell you what. The fact that James Gunn has taken a dump all over DC,
Crap, mega crap.
we might as well go ahead and let's get some good animated films.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm excited.
I'll tell you what. I haven't seen it. To be fair, I haven't seen it. I only saw the first episode of season 2 of Peacemaker.
Oh no.
I've been watching the endings.
Okay, but they have said that the finale was pretty bad for season 2. A lot of people did not like it.
Really?
It's the lowest rated of the show, I think. The lowest rated episode.
Yeah.
And they said that there were supposed to be all these cameos,
Right.
and apparently there were no cameos. They also said that it was supposed to set up Superman 2. It doesn't set up Superman 2.
So it's all okay.
So
Well, okay, was that people making stuff up on their own though?
no, this was James Gunn saying this.
Oh, so no then. Okay.
Why would he do that then?
Yeah.
What was his response then after the finale?
I think he just wanted people to watch it.
Oh,
I guess you watch. He's gonna say Lanterns is gonna set everything up.
Oh yeah. Hey, did you guys ever see in oh god, was it I don't know which one it was, either Batman the Animated Series or Superman the Animated Series, when Superman dresses as Batman and Bane is trying to attack him? Did you ever
It's
see
in
that?
Superman the Animated
Yeah, that
Series.
is-
Yeah, and all of a sudden Bane's thinking, "Oh, I've got him," and Superman beats the you don't want out of him.
It was a
Yeah.
smart move.
And what I like is during that episode when Superman throws the big boulder off.
Yeah.
The Mad Hatter looks over and he's like, "This is impossible." And Robin is just like, "Yeah, he's been working out."
There, yeah, that was funny. That'd be cool. God, they
So
knew.
yeah, they've done a pretty good job with their animated films. I
Very
thought the DC animated universe was also pretty good.
I was
Most
about
of-
to say,
most-
has there been a bad Batman animated movie?
Yeah,
I
the
don't
one
I
on
don't think
Amazon. The one on Amazon that we watched, the series where penguins are.
Oh, that's a series, not a movie.
still bad.
I could argue that there's things about the Killing Joke that are pretty bad, but
Well,
What did you like about it?
the Killing Joke?
I liked
what
it.
did I not like about it?
Yeah, what's the problem
The
with
whole
it? Do you remember?
scene with him and Barbara Gordon getting it on.
Oh, Yeah, I forgot about
She was
that.
a little kid when he started working with Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
And then there was also like the
A
whole,
little
like,
creepy, and then she's so.
well, no, what was creepy was how they hinted at something awful that rhymes with tape. That also got in
Oh
there.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah, because they hinted that after the Joker
yeah, it was.
did what he did. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Killing Joke. I didn't think it was terrible, but I could argue that was probably one of the weaker ones. The one that's weird is the one with Harley Quinn.
Oh, for them?
I forget the name of it, but it's like it's Batman and Harley Quinn or something like that.
He sleeps with her.
No, Robin does.
Yeah, that's right.
Or not Robin, Nightwing.
Robin gets tied up.
Yeah, Nightwing gets tied up, and she's like, "I'll give you a cookie."
Oh, God.
And she's like, "Didn't you used to be Robin? You really grew up."
You know what? Like, Harley Quinn doesn't get the props she truly deserves as a character. She's one of the
amazing
best creations that really ever came around with that.
What they did for Batman the Animated Series and how many people love her.
Yeah.
I still want to see, they touched on it in Suicide Squad with her and Joker. But that whole, remember, like the whole psychological evaluation when she would go in Arkham and interview him, and here is this like doctor falling in love with this madman.
Yeah,
you could do an amazing movie, like live action movie about this, really a good one, because there's so many sides to the story.
Well,
and
you could, but James Gunn would be doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good God.
So we're already in a bit of a pickle there, aren't we?
Good
oh
Lord.
God.
Oh yeah.
So
there is.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, I was going to say there's rumor going around that Paramount is trying to buy Warner Brothers.
I saw that, but they
declined
the first offer.
Okay, yeah, they turned down the first offer, but there's rumor going around there they're quietly buying a bunch of the shares, and they may take over anyway.
What would happen?
The rumor going around is that if Paramount gets it, the first thing to go is James Gunn's universe.
Wow.
So see, here's the thing. Is that
that worked.
We had such hope with Creature Commandos.
Yes, we loved it.
We saw that.
Yeah.
But then it was pretty clear that we stated that if Superman isn't the home run we all wanted it to be, this was pretty much dead on arrival. Now, enough people saw it and enough people gave it a good review that it isn't dead on arrival yet. But if Lanterns sucks, then I think we have our answer, don't we?
I'm going to pull a Derek here. Derek, you're going to be very proud of your buddy here, okay?
All right.
If this were to happen, if Paramount were to buy them, it needs a break.
That would be the smart play.
It needs a regroup. If this happens, see you later for a couple of years and see what. Do you agree, Bob?
Yeah.
If this happens, which would be great. What if we got a G.I. Joe Batman crossover?
We're not going to get that.
That sounds stupid, but you actually bring up something that could be interesting. One day we should talk about what franchises should have a crossover. That could be an interesting. That could be an interesting topic. Just real quick before we move on about Superman, looking it up here, it is considered a flop.
Really?
Yes, it is considered a flop. Its total worldwide gross of approximately $615 million did not cover its significant costs, which included a budget of $225 million and $125 million for marketing, for a total of $350 million. While it performed well domestically, its international performance underperformed, leading to a profit shortfall and concerns about the future of DC Studios projects. Again, you got to take into account that the studio or the theaters keep about half of that. So
yes, they do.
So 615 million, you're looking at about 307 million is what the studio got back approximately. And the total cost was 350 million. Superman flopped.
Yeah, that's in
what
the red.
about what it's doing on Max currently? Does that have any bearing to it?
I don't know about that because Warner Brothers owns Max.
I
So,
don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
that's like what Disney does. They turn around and they put it on Disney Plus, and they're like, "Well, it made some profit from streaming, for leasing it out." All you did was take some money from your right pocket and put it into your left pocket because you owned the service. That's essentially what's happening here. Warner Brothers, they put it out on HBO Max, so they said, "Well, we got paid for that." So what they paid themselves was they took the money out of their right pocket and put it into their left pocket. So
We're gonna make it look like we have money.
I would love to see them adapt the whole Arkham Asylum, the video game where Joker locks Batman in Arkham. I think that would be a really cool movie, like a live action. I think they could do so much that they haven't done, and not origin, like like Batman, like you said, Bob, in his prime. There's so many stories now you could do, and they don't work fast enough. I guess it's like everything's in limbo.
Nightfall is a perfect story for this.
It is.
We got Batman in his prime, and he's got a Robin. He's got all of his gadgets, a functioning Batcave, everything.
Yeah,
and we get to see him in his prime. So this will be good against a foe who is physically stronger than he is. So this is, and maybe even mentally.
Yeah.
So or maybe not mentally stronger, but equivalent.
Yeah, so, certainly not any dumber.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So Knightfall, we're looking forward to this.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and get into a little fun thing here.
He's been struck by lightning. How many times is it now, Reg?
66 times.
Oh, it's so good. God.
All right, it's time for another edition of You Thought Your Day Was Bad. And
God.
On this one, I think this guy probably brought it on himself. This is an older video, but I think it's still highly effective at knowing that, somebody's day might be a little bit worse. Here we go.
Good boy.
Oh! I mean, come on. Why are you putting your face
Oh, good boy.
in turtle?
Why would you do that? That's a terrible idea.
Stupid. That's just stupid.
Look at his mouth, man.
I know. Well, those things, he's lucky that turtle let his mouth go.
Yeah, I mean, those things are nuts.
Could have ripped off his face.
I mean, that's not a regular turtle. That is a snapping turtle. Look at that.
Good boy.
Oh! Lord. He kind of looks like Tom Hardy. Like a skinny version of Tom Hardy.
Well, now he doesn't.
Well, he's going to need that mask now.
I knew you were going to say that.
Bane mask.
The Bane mask. There's all
Black tape prisons.
Snapping turtles. Oh, my new enemy.
It will be very painful
for you.
We're going mobile.
But yeah, like, why do people have to go messing with wildlife like that? You're just begging for it, man. I'm telling you.
It's like the ones who are next to take a selfie with a buffalo.
No.
And then get attacked. It's like
and then they're all shocked. They're like, "Oh my god, what a monster!" No, it's a buffalo, dude. That's what it is.
Good boy.
Go ahead.
Oh! Needs an education.
Well, needless to say, this guy is now having a bad day, and it is on him. But
I was about to say he earned that bad day.
Yeah. So again, this is an older video, but I think it's still relevant here.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into our next topic.
I like that.
All right.
I feel like I'm in Tron.
Yeah, I know, huh? So AI is here. Well, it's been here for a while now. And it has kind of worked its way into everything. I mean, there's almost
Correct.
anytime you're on the computer, you do a Google search, AI is involved.
Yes.
I mean, AI is involved in almost everything. So we see a lot of videos and images of celebrities who have passed on. Well, those that are alive, but specifically, we want to talk about those that have passed on.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about what is too far. Is it ethical? And the reason why we want to talk about this recently, Robin Williams' daughter came out and she was very upset about some images or videos that had come out that were AI involving her father. And she was very upset at that. So I'd like to kind of discuss what's ethical, what's not ethical. What do you guys think about it? So, Josh, we'll start with you because this was your idea. What do you think here?
Oh, Bob, like you and I talked about earlier on the phone, I don't know. I kind of enjoy it. I hate to say it because it kind of it brings those people back to you in your life. Like, I mean, I loved Robin Williams, and when he died, it was just so horrible. And, when you see lately, it's been interesting because they've been showing I'm a big TikTok guy. I'm scrolling on it all day long. And now they're showing like dead wrestlers coming in and, like Eddie Guerrero and, oh my God, Eddie is back from the dead. And it's like weird, to see it. But yet it's like a little intriguing for me. Is it ethical? Ugh, good Lord. That is a very good question. I really don't know.
Okay, because here's the thing. You say you enjoy it.
Yes.
So at what point would you not enjoy it?
I mean,
would you think that, okay, this is wrong?
I think when they bring back people who they should not bring back. So, like someone sent back like Chris Benoit. I was like, oh God, I think somebody even sent Hitler. Like there was a video and I'm like, really? So like, I think that takes it too far. And to be fair, the only thing with me with AI and the only movies like I really have always been like, okay, you could do AI is Star Wars. And it's mainly just for me because of the original characters. It's got nothing to do with other movies. I want to see the real actors.
Okay, but Josh, you say the original characters, you can just recast.
You can, but I don't know. For some reason, you love those characters, a Carrie Fisher and a Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. And like for them, you didn't get them right after Return of the Jedi. We didn't get to see them. We've talked about, we didn't get to see Luke in his prime. And so for something like, I didn't get that closure. Whereas other films, like, I don't think you need to delve deep into AI, when it comes to that. As far as celebrities go, like, I think it's kind of cool to be able to see some of the old timers and see how they would be. It doesn't bother me as much. So that's my story.
All right. So let me give you a hypothetical here.
Sure.
All right. They say they're going to do a new Star Wars movie that's set 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
They're going to have an AI image of Carrie Fisher.
Okay.
The family doesn't want this AI being done.
Okay.
Are you still okay with it?
I mean, I would respect the family, honestly, and I would just say, okay, then you would, like we just mentioned, I guess you'd have to recast.
Okay, but would it be unethical for them to go ahead and still do it?
Because the family is against it? God, that's such
because now you're getting into rights and you're getting into
you can't
licensing.
Really,
you're getting into a whole bunch of stuff.
If they say no, it's like for Rogue One, which was a great movie. They had to go to Peter Cushing's estate and talk to them about it, and they were okay with it. It's a lot of, legalities when it comes to that. So I'm going to say if like Carrie Fisher, if her family said, no, we don't want to do it, we don't want you to do it, you've got to respect that, and you don't do it.
Okay. So now I'm going to throw something else out there. And then I know Derek's chomping at the bit. And so I'll get you here in a second, Derek. All right. So let's say Carrie Fisher, they say no. So the movie's not going to do it. Some fan decides to go out and do their own little fan film, and they have an AI Carrie Fisher in there.
What? I mean, don't they have to deal with the same sort of legalities as Lucasfilm?
Not necessarily. There are certain laws and rules for fan films that you can make certain. You can make them certain lengths and stuff like that. I think you need like the rights in order to use music and stuff like that. But I think there are ways around some of it.
Okay. So you're basically asking me, when it comes to that in a fan film, would that be considered ethical or unethical?
Yeah, I mean, would you have a problem with it?
God. I would say, I guess for me, I would have a problem with it because the family had already said they didn't want it done. And I would say, like, even that fan is going against what the family wants.
Okay. And what if all these people are talking about it online, saying how great of a fan film it is?
You are really pushing me to the limits here.
I need to, because this is not a black or white issue here.
No. I still think it's the same. I still think you have to.
So you wouldn't watch it?
Oh, of course I would watch it. Of course I would watch it. I'm just saying, though, you asked.
Well, is that ethical then to support it?
Good Lord. It's such a trickery. You know what? Derek, you take. I want your opinion.
Go ahead, Derek.
Okay, so you guys are overcomplicating this. All right, this is actually much more straightforward than you think it is. All right, you answered it already. All right. Does the estate of the family get compensated if they wish to be for the decision to have their dead family member in the film?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Let's just go with. Let's say yes, it's okay. All right. Yes. Okay.
And they should be compensated.
Then the answer is yes. You play it. If the answer is no, you don't. Okay. Legally is what we're talking about here. If they make any type of a profit off that likeness or that intellectual property, and you have to run it through the family, but if it's all good on that level, then the answer is yes. If it's not, it's no.
What about the fan film, though, Bobby was talking about?
What about the fan film? Same rules apply.
Okay.
Right?
Well, what if the fan's not getting paid for it?
Then don't do it. I'm sorry. Compensation is a big part of this too. And that's what I'm trying to get at here. Is the fact that there's a big difference between saying, okay, we're going to use this person's likeness, and we just because we think that it would make for an interesting story, so we're going to play it, and we're going to do whatever we want to with it. No, you can't just do that. That's not okay. Especially if there's complication around the fact that, like, maybe the family member doesn't. Maybe the people who are representing the estate now don't want them in that light, or don't feel comfortable with it. Yeah, then you have to respect that. You don't do it. The end. And so this comes down to likeness, compensation, and legal issues after that. Now, the kicker about AI and where it stands right now is there's very little when it comes to legality around that.
Okay.
So we're kind of have to wing. We're having to wing this right now and figure it out. So maybe that comes into the ethics discussion about what should really set up those guardrails. But as of right now, this is what it is. This is around legal potential and legal impact. That's what it is. It's not that it's much less complicated than you think it is, Josh. Forget your little Star Wars fan movie. If it's not okay, it's not okay. That's it. The end. Cry if you must.
And so what about getting back?
That was? Huh?
Okay, so let me ask you this then. What if you found out, do the same principles apply if Robin Williams, if they did a movie about Robin Williams, Miss Doubtfire 2, and they did a CGI Miss Doubtfire as
Yes,
Robin Williams.
it applies.
It applies with the money, and
Yes.
is it?
Yes,
And
and,
it would be
his daughter needs to okay it, and then you're on your way.
okay.
I mean, the only time the ethics really are going to come into play if it's probably something like really like, oh, I don't know about that.
Right.
You know, like if if Robin Williams is depicted as a Nazi and gives the salute, then yeah, that's probably not going to fly.
Right.
But if they bring the family in and say, hey, we're willing to pay you X million for making Mrs. Doubtfire 2, then she says yes, it's probably fine.
Okay. Bob, what do you think?
Well, personally, I got no problems with a lot of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Because, I mean, you end up watching a bunch of these AI videos online, and for stuff like that, I don't really have a problem. Now, if we're talking movies where you're bringing in profit, I do think that you do need to compensate the family, and if they don't want their likeness being shown, then yeah, okay, then you just recast. There's no problem with that. I think you should be recasting anyway. I don't like the idea of doing an entire film with an AI generated character or a CGI generated character, unless the character has to be CGI because they're like a giant monster or something like that. There's something that requires the use of CGI, but just to bring Carrie Fisher back and have her an entire movie, I don't need to see a whole CGI Carrie Fisher the entire movie. Now, if somebody wants to make a little fan film that she's going to be in it for 30 seconds and they are not drawing any profit from it because it's something they funded themselves or and whatnot, then okay, whatever. You know, I've got no problems with that either because they're not making any profit off of it as it is. It's you know, like a nonprofit film or a fan. A lot of those fan films, that's the way they are. The people are not making money off of it because the characters are owned by, you know, other entities and corporations and studios and stuff like that. So they're not actually making any money off of it. So I've got no problems, you know, for stuff like that. These little 30-second videos that you see on YouTube, on TikTok and whatnot. I got no problems with that, but that's also where personal responsibility comes in. Be wise with the type of stuff that you're making. You know, try to make something that's I get it. Sometimes they're trying to make stuff that's funny, but also do it in a way that's respectful of people who have passed on. Also, even the people that are living. I mean, try to make it respectful. At the same time, you can make it funny, but you know, just take into account that this is somebody else's image being used for something. And sometimes people out there think this stuff is real.
So there's a couple of great points with that. In that number one, you know, maybe I'm the trained eye about this, but I can generally tell when something's AI and something's not. Like I know certain people will believe it, but I'm like, really, you can't tell. Like this is not like the real thing.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Some people do. That's what's sad.
I know, and that is sad. That's very, very sad. I'll admit it. I mean, like it does, you know, have a great feel of real to it. But even I'm like, there's no way that this is.
Well, like I watched the thing that was a comparison the other day, and they said like the lack of wrinkles on the person's face, like you can tell.
The other point to this though is that, what was I just thinking? In terms of like if somebody is, you know, passed on or living and they make that short clip of them, and if it is really bad, believe me, there's enough of the online community that'll cancel that kind of crap real fast. If it's been that poor of taste, there'll be public court for that too.
Right.
So I don't know. Again, I don't think and by the way, you can not be pleased with some of this too. Like, but I don't care. Mr. Rogers being a heel in a wrestling ring is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I will watch that and I will not feel bad about it. Because it's hilarious.
I like the George Washington one.
There's that too. There was also I saw like it was pretty great. I saw Tupac and Biggie come down as a tag team. It was awesome. It was great. It's fantastic.
See, like stuff like that's funny, but I don't think it's done in a way that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It's funny.
I saw Macho Man in Mr. Rogers' house. It's like, oh yeah, welcome to the neighborhood. How we
Yeah.
doing? Go ahead and start the train tracks and make it go round.
So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot here that still needs to be figured out. The stuff that you see on social media, for the most part, most of it's fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it makes some really good memes, and it's some really funny videos. I mean, you see not just celebrities, you see politicians getting involved in this. You see all sorts of stuff. I mean, some of it's hilarious.
Now, some of the AI is bad though. Like they'll like show a wrestler, and you're like, that is not him at all.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, AI is not perfect. I mean, heck, you type in something into Chat GPT, it'll give you a completely wrong answer for something, and you have to clarify. It's like, no, this is what I meant. Oh, okay. I mean, so it's not going to be perfect. I mean, it's
right.
I know people love to call it's artificial intelligence. And they like to think of it as a living entity or whatnot. It's not a lot. I mean, it only gives you what you tell it to put out.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, all right. Anything else here?
No, interesting conversation.
I'm gonna
Josh,
I'm gonna try to find some stuff like God, what was like the fun stuff we used to watch as a kid? Like if they make like an Optimus Prime like babyface entrance, that would be fantastic.
I mean, honestly, I just thought of it. I think it would be kind of cool. I lost my father, like to see an AI, my dad.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of interesting because like for me, it really hurts every day that I didn't have enough videos with him. Like, in fact, I have no videos of him on my phone. It's another phone that I have when he was sick. And that's why I take so many videos of my mom and I save her voicemails. Like, I've saved like 5 voicemails just so I have it. I think my sister was able to get 2 voicemails from my dad, but I'm like, I had nothing. I'm like, oh, if I could pop in CGI, I don't know. I haven't even tried it. I don't even know if you could like I wouldn't even know how to do that when it comes to Chat GPT. And
I've seen some stuff on Twitter where people have posted like a picture of themselves.
Yeah.
Grok, and then Grok will make like a little video based on that picture of them moving around and stuff like that. So, I mean,
there's ways to do
AI's getting pretty advanced. So, as to what it can do.
I mean, I think for me, it would make me feel kind of good to see that. I don't know, Derek, you've been in the same boat. What would you think? Would you see your mother like in a CGI
Yeah. I mean, it'd be good. It'd be hard. It'd be real hard.
Yeah.
But it would be good as a tribute for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't dislike it.
Yeah. No. All right. Very cool.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into our favorite segment for the week.
Hold on. It's your favorite. Okay. Derek calls me every day saying how much he hates this segment.
Wrong. Lies. Okay.
He'll never admit it, but he hates
No. Now you're acting like you are made of AI. Okay. And you are not. You are a human being. You will fess up and you will admit the truth. Bob, if you would please.
All right.
Oh, God.
So we are on to week 6, and Josh actually was good this week. He didn't talk a bunch of smack, and he didn't act like a moron, but the result was the result was still the same.
It's worse than that.
In fact, the result was still the same for 2 of you.
You bunch of losers!
Yes.
And as usual, we have someone who came in last place, and it is the same person.
Oh, God. Oh, I got 121, more than I thought.
All right. So, Josh, you went with Baker Mayfield, 19.64 points. I think kind of what hurt him was losing one of his wideouts.
Yeah.
You went with Genty, 16.6. You went with Dowdle, but that didn't really help you because we all three of us played Dowdle, 36.9 points. Egbuka, you got unlucky with him. He did get hurt, 4.4 points. It wouldn't have helped you for the first place, but it might have helped you for second place.
And Brian Thomas, Derek had him.
Brian Thomas, you had 23 points. Michael Pittman, 4 points. Thank God I didn't play him because I almost played him. Conklin for
I ran out of money.
Chargers. Yeah, he was only 2,700, but
I think they're playing.
There were better plays.
They're playing a Rondé Gatson Jr.
Hold on, there were better plays, and we'll get into that with when we get to Derek's. But he had 0 points. Keenan Allen 6.7. You went with the Steelers defense at 10 points. Your final score was 121.24. Final verdict.
Oh no, not again.
Baseballs.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Not again.
Not again is right.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our second place.
Derek should be like a.
And this is appropriate that he's crying because this is actually a very good score.
And
Trevor Lawrence,
19.22
points. Rashad White, 17.6. Dowdle again, 36.9. Puka 4.8, but he did get hurt. That was you got unlucky there, and I think that really affected you there because you could have made a run at first place had he not gotten hurt. Again, Brian Thomas, 23 points. Keenan Allen, 6.7. This is where you should have gone, Josh, with Mayer, 3,100. He had 16 points because Bowers did not play. So good play there, Derek. Jacoby Myers at 7.9. You also went with the Steelers defense. Your total was 142.12. Final verdict?
Sit on what? You sit on molded plastic seats.
I love that Richard Pryor movie. Superman's bad.
I love it. How he sits there and he breaks the stick. All right, now we get into our champ for the week.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
And my score was even higher than last week.
Yeah, it was.
Drake May, 27.24. Rashad White, 17.6. Also Dowdle, 36.9. Stephon Diggs,
horrible.
I wish I would have played Douglas, but 5.8 points. I went with McConkey instead of Keenan Allen because when I heard that Johnston was out, I just had this feeling that it was going to be a McConkey day. 26 points. Chris Olave, I thought he was going to have much more than what he did was because the first play was like a 56-yard catch.
Yeah.
So 15.8 points. Ferguson, he didn't kill me. 12.3. It was a solid performance. Josh Jacobs, 32 points.
How did you get him in your? Because you went with Drake May.
Yeah, I paid down a quarterback.
Yeah.
And then if you look, I went with 3 running backs that all were going to be the number one guy, and 2 of them were pretty cheap. So
Dowdle and White weren't expensive.
Yeah, they weren't expensive.
Dowdle's going to go up this week, I bet.
Well,
yeah. So Josh Jacobs, 32 points. I went with the Patriots defense, 5 points. My final score was 178.64. Final verdict.
I give me some. I give me some. I give me some. I give me some. PT. 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 Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good for me.
That was stupid. I didn't like that. I was expecting much more.
I give me some. I give me some. I give me some. I give me some. PT. 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 Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good for me.
He immediately feeds it to you again. Perfect.
Yes, he does.
All right. For the leaderboard. Boy, this is beginning to get very one-sided here.
This is brutal.
So 4 wins. Derek, you got 1, and Josh, you got 1, but I'm not going to sit here and get overconfident.
God.
I mean, just because, I'm beating the heck out of you.
You bunch of losers!
This is
I'm
what
not going to
happens.
get overconfident because, again, as we do know from last year, it is anybody's game, and we're only on week 6, so we got a long way to go.
Let me give you story time here, Derek. Bobby, when you beat him at something, he will come back and he is so competitive and he will beat you. And this is what happened with me winning last year. It bugged him and he won't admit it. But now look at this year. He's won 4. We've won 1. He's trying to literally dominate every week.
Josh, I'm not doing anything different than I do any other week. I always try to win money every single week.
Oh God!
So I'm always competitive every
But it
week.
looks like now he goes for an army talk.
It's not my fault you've been picking sorry teams.
Dude, the one last week was so much better than this one. I thought this one was not good. After I picked them, I said, "Oh, they're horrible."
You got 120 points.
I know you did fine.
Yeah, I just didn't like. I mean, the tight end really hurt me, to be honest.
You actually did fine, and you got unlucky with Egbuka, so you did fine.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been enough, though.
But the problem is Derek did better.
Yeah,
Derek did great. The problem is I did excellent. So
even with Egbuka, wouldn't have helped me.
No, well, you could have caught Derek.
Yeah,
with Egbuka. So
what got you over was Jacobs in your flex.
Well, I actually think it was the Drake May play that did it.
Derek, it was both. It was a combination because he didn't pay anything for Drake May, unlike us who paid high for our quarterbacks. And then he put Josh Jacobs. He had money in the flex.
No, I didn't pay all that high.
What did you pay for Trevor? 6,600?
No, he was in the 5K range
or something.
Yeah, he was in the 5K range. Yeah,
oh, I think Baker was.
Yeah, he was less expensive than Drake May. Drake May was 5,900.
Yeah, and then I think I had the Baker was in the 6s, right?
66.
Yeah.
So I had that was the problem with Nakua. Nakua was 8,700.
That's what killed Derek. You got to remember, Josh. A lot of times, it's not just about the point total that you're getting from the person. It's about what you paid for that person. So if you have a player that gets you 12 points, but he only cost you $3K,
yeah,
he smashed for you because you're not betting on him to get a lot of points. And if he gets you a lot of points, great. Like Drake May, I didn't bet on 27 points. I'd have been happy with about 18, 19 points. He got 27. He smashed for me.
He did.
So, all right.
Well,
let's go ahead and let's get to our final topic for the night.
I like me. My wife likes me.
So over on Amazon Prime this past Friday, a new documentary called I Like Me. John Candy, I Like Me, just released. That is, of course, a documentary about the life of John Candy. And we wanted to go ahead and talk about it on the show because John Candy is an actor whose movies were a big part of our childhood.
Yep.
And he's an actor that to this day, he passed away at a pretty young age, and still to this day, I love his movies. I know a lot of them were considered flops or duds, and yet he had so many good ones too. But at the end of the day, I thought he was hilarious. Almost everything that he was in, even if the movie was bad, I thought he elevated it.
Yeah.
And they even mentioned that in the documentary that he could take a movie that was bad and actually elevate it. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this documentary. And actually, you know what? Before we talk about the documentary, or you know what, we'll do that afterwards. I was going to say let's talk about some of our favorite John Candy movies, but you know what? We'll talk about that afterwards. So, Josh, we'll start with you. What did you think of the documentary?
I loved it. It was such a different documentary, like you stated, Bob. It was just about how all these actors loved him. And he was such an amazing character. And there were so many things in this movie that I did not know. Number one, I didn't realize how close he was to Catherine O'Hara and how many films they did together.
Well, they were also on that show together, right? What was the name of that show?
Oh God, back in the 70s, right?
SCTV.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yes, they were in that together. Home Alone, which I totally forgot because he was in the airport scene.
Well, not just in the airport. I mean, he drives her back
he
to
drives her,
Chicago. So
which was done in all in one day. He came in and did that. So I thought that was really cool. And I was just I just didn't realize, how close they were. The other thing that really got me was the word addiction. Here was a guy who was so scared to die because of his father. His father died when how old was he when he died?
he was like 35, 36, something
That's
like
right,
that. Their father.
35. And it always stayed with him. But he didn't try to he would work out, but yet he wouldn't quit smoking. Really. I mean, he did for a time. He wouldn't quit the drinking. That's why he didn't go to the doctors. Because, like they said in the documentary, if he went to the doctors, they would say, you got to quit smoking. You got to lose weight. You got to quit drinking. And for some reason, he didn't want that. And he was so addicted to the drinking and the drugs. And it was, and his weight was killing him. I was shocked to learn that when Letterman had interviewed him and he looked great. He had lost, 60 pounds?
Yeah.
And Hollywood said, don't lose any more weight. And that completely, he just ballooned up in weight after that. So definitely addiction. Just so sad we lost him way too fast. God, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I love the part how they talk about National Lampoon's Vacation and that they hated the ending. And they brought in John Candy. And he came in with that character, kind of like a little deviation of that character, and ended up getting into that movie, and everyone loves it to this day. Like, I had no idea that they had another ending to that movie. Did you know that, Bob?
I didn't know that, but to come to think of it, it might have been funny if the ending had just been that it was closed and the rest of the movie they're just driving home and all ticked off.
That would have been funny. God, I know we're going to talk about some of our favorite films, in a minute. It was great to see.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute. So
it was great to see Mel Brooks and talking about barf in Spaceballs and God, just so many movies we'll get to.
Out here, mister. This is a Mercedes.
Oh my God. I thought an amazing scene was when Steve Martin talked about in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles when he was insulting him. And the look on John Candy's face where it was like you just stabbed him. Like the way he could act. And Steve Martin actually says, I felt bad. Because that was the type of actor that John Candy was. And then just sad that, he ended up, they said that they shouldn't have shot Wagons East in Durango. That it was, I don't know if that has anything to do with it at all.
Nah, damage had already been done.
So, but yeah, what a character. We talk about, AI. I don't know if that would be a cool thing to see him in AI and if it would be interesting or not interesting. I don't know. Because he was such a one-of-a-kind character. But yeah, great documentary. Very different. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
All right. Derek, what do you think?
Oh man, it's still hard to see him. I remember watching the documentary, like the pieces of it, just being like, God, I still can't believe he's gone. Like it's been a long time.
In what, 30 years?
Yeah.
94. We were young.
Because you remember too many of his hits, and you still always go back to them. They're like their go-tos in a lot of ways. That's his great ones. There's a thing about stand-up comics where, obviously they were. I mean, okay, granted, part of this was the time too. Late 70s, early 80s, drugs were big. Hard drugs were. So that's the sign of the times. But a lot of these stand-up comics just lived fast. It's just what they did. And I think a big part of the reason was just psychologically, just being funny the whole time for a long time can probably really get inside your head. And you think to yourself, maybe that's all you are. Everybody just kind of looks at you as the joke. But with John Candy, you got more out of that. You realize he just wanted to be also a really good human being.
Yeah.
And, he would show that. And obviously, the pressure that he felt in order to provide for his family at all times, that was what kind of, that stress had to be what led to the drinking, which probably both of those combined, that'll make you live a not long life. But that's also what makes it so sad, is because you heard how many people did love him, like genuinely love him.
Yeah.
And to your point, Josh, about the great acting that he does, that's another reason why so many people loved him, because he felt genuinely authentic as a very, very nice guy in everything he delivered. What you saw was him. Like, I remember when I saw him, I think I saw him in JFK. Remember when he showed up in that?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he play in JFK? Because I saw that in the.
It was so long ago.
I've only seen it once, I think.
But I remember watching that, being like, "No, I don't want to see this."
He played Dean Andrews in the movie.
Okay.
I'd forgotten he was in that.
But I remember I watched JFK on a plane, and I'm like, I don't want to see John Candy like that. I know what my John Candy is. I want to see my John Candy. Props for trying. Bold experiment. No, thank you. And there's Uncle Buck.
By the way, I didn't know he owned the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian football. I was shocked.
I didn't know that either.
Autographs for hours. Like, how many actors do that now?
Probably not many. And by the way, the Joe Montana John Candy story is legend.
Yes, that was. They didn't mention that, but
that is a legendary story.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. To this day, that is why we all bow down to John Candy, because Joe Montana said, "Hey, look,
there's John Candy."
He's like, "Isn't that John Candy?" And then he goes and throws a touchdown to Jerry Rice to win the Super Bowl.
It was so.
I love the way Harris Barton tells that story.
Yes, great storytelling. Great story.
He called me H. He said, "Hey H, look over there. There's John Candy."
Yeah. So cool.
And there's actually a fair amount of his movies you can point back and say he did a really good job. Like, not just being funny, but being genuine.
Yeah.
When he does, like, when Steve Martin does stab him in the heart verbally after he unloads on him.
Oh God.
When he responds with "I like me," you can tell he wants to break down, but he refuses to let himself do it.
Yeah.
Cool Runnings is where I remember him from too, when he barges into the Olympic Committee and he just says, basically, in essence, "You're going to blame me. You're not going to blame them. Please don't take my mistake out on these Jamaican kids, because they didn't do anything wrong. I did." And it's a very well acted scene. I could go on and on about all his movies, and SCTV was the Saturday Night Live for Canada.
It's funny how many actors were on that.
Yeah, Martin Short, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara. It's a really talented list. So, man, I miss him still. I'm probably. We're getting into. We're not that far away from November, where it will be planes, trains, and automobile season again.
Yes.
So don't think that won't be watched in our household.
Oh, we're watching that. That's going to be our Thanksgiving.
That's like that is not my favorite John Candy movie.
We're going to talk about that. I'm just saying we're going to watch that for for
And you show
Thanksgiving.
some
By the way,
respect to that Thanksgiving film.
Did you guys see Splash?
Yes,
Yeah, I've seen
fantastic.
Splash.
I don't know if I've seen it. Maybe one time. I need to go back and watch it.
There's a great scene, like with Tom Hanks and John Candy on the racquetball court.
Right, when he gets hit. And maybe I
To
saw
teach
it.
you a lesson in humility.
I think I maybe saw it one time. I'd like to see it again.
It's good fun. Splash is it's great 80s cheese.
Right.
And John Candy's great in it, just being John Candy. There's plenty to like. I'll put it that way.
Still can't believe he owned a Canadian football team. The Toronto Argonauts, like, it's just so crazy.
He likes sports. I think he was a big gambler, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like to bet? Yeah.
They didn't mention it. They didn't touch on that, but
Well, I don't think he had a problem with it, but
Yeah.
like he did the drinking and the smoking, but I think he didn't mind throwing a little money down and placing a wager. It was Bob
My
gambling.
kind of man.
Not problematic gambling.
My kind of man.
Yeah, so he was a big personality and loved life in all its forms, and
so sad.
yeah, he didn't slow down.
No, that was exactly that, and that was the problem.
It's too bad because if he were still around today, think about all the epic stuff he would be still doing.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. So we'll leave it to movies later on.
Honestly, there's two actors, in my opinion, that really hurt: John Candy and Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
Those for me are the two top guys who I'm like, why gone too soon?
Mm-hmm. All right,
For
Bob.
very different reasons.
Very different reasons. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the documentary. At the end of the day, this was a documentary that wasn't about a man's demons. Yeah, he had his addictions to smoking and drinking, but it wasn't like he was addicted to all sorts of street drugs and stuff like that. And this was a documentary about his spiral down into obscurity and then trying to pull himself back up. No, this was a documentary that, yeah, it did touch on some of the problems that he did have and the pressures that he put on himself. But at the end of the day, this was a documentary about how people felt about him, and they all loved him.
Yep.
And like even Bill Murray at the beginning had to come up with something that was bad about him. and it wasn't even anything bad, it was great. And all the great actors that he's worked with or that he worked with over the years, Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Steve Martin, a bunch of greats that he worked with. And you mentioned that scene where Steve Martin was just ripping into him.
Yeah.
I'm of course laughing as Steve Martin's ripping into him, and then it gets to John Candy and your heart breaks because then you see his expression and the way he pulls off that scene. And that's not the only scene that he's like that. There's a scene where they're in that hotel room.
Yes.
And Steve Martin goes to toast the wives, and he's like, at least we got a women who love us, and you just kind of see John Candy just kind of shake his head and he doesn't respond. And then a little bit later, when Steve Martin leaves and he's realizing something's not right.
Yeah.
He goes back to that train station and John Candy's still sitting there. And he's like, "Why are you still here?" And he says, "I don't have a home." And
it's so sad.
Mentions that his wife had died. And so he takes him home with him after he had just gone through hell with him. He ended up getting like a respect for one another and actually ended up becoming friends. So it's a great story, and we'll touch on that some more when we get to Thanksgiving. Because great idea, Derek. That's definitely the Thanksgiving movie. But yeah, it's a film. This documentary is a film that touches on people's love for him. And I appreciated that about the documentary, that this wasn't about somebody and their downward turn and whatnot. This was an honor to the person. And yeah, it touched on the rough parts, but at the end of the day, it was still about how much they all loved him. And so I thought it was an excellent documentary, very well done. I enjoyed, scenes, some of those things, like some of the clips on the SCTV, and it's hearing some of these interviews. So yeah, it was really cool. So that being said, Derek, what are your favorite John Candy movies?
Man,
It's tough, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
It's not that rough. I've got mine that I've always loved.
Yeah, but you say that, and then you may forget one.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you do have to think about it. Yeah. By the way, real quick, the whole Macaulay Culkin part in that was so cool, and I just love that scene in Uncle Buck where he goes, "Are you married? No. Why not? Long story. Do you have kids? No. Why not? Even longer story."
Oh man. Okay, so I'll
So good.
Bob, it's funny that you mentioned you put the Richard Pryor clip on me because Brewster's Millions is pretty great.
Brewster's Millions is a great movie. None of the above.
I've not seen it.
You've never seen Brewster's Millions? Oh my
God.
God, that's another one we're gonna have to
No,
watch at some point on the show. Brewster's Millions is great.
You got to that has to be addressed at some point because that's no.
All right, let me just tell you the basic premise of it, Josh, with no spoilers. I mean, basic premise is that Richard Pryor plays this guy Brewster, who he's left a ton of money by his what is like a great uncle or something like that. Turns out he's like the long lost relative or any that he's got. But there's a catch. To inherit it all,
Yeah.
he has to spend $30 million in 30 days. If he doesn't spend $30 million in 30 days, then he ends up getting nothing. So he could either take $1 million and just walk away as a millionaire with $1 million, or he can go for the big one, which is actually an astronomical amount. But to get it, he has to spend this $30 million. And the uncle's reasoning was he wants him to learn to respect money. So he has to learn to spend it. He's like, I'm going to make you hate money. So that's the basic premise of the movie.
Okay. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's fantastic. Okay, yes, planes, trains, and automobiles we already talked about. I own The Great Outdoors, so I can't say that.
Love that movie.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie.
Oh my God. When he's eating the steak.
I don't know if I can get away with this fully because I don't think he was in it for that long. But the Blues Brothers.
Hey, he is in it though.
He is in it. It's the Blues Brothers is a great movie for a lot of cameos like that though. Yep. So he just played one of them. I may be cheating a little bit on that. So the other one that I do want to throw out is well, I can't not do this because I also love Bill Murray, but Stripes is one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh God, so good. I haven't seen
Stripes
that
is good.
in so long.
Yeah. Well, when they do the graduation scene, that's just epic. It's so good. Spaceballs, yes. Cool Runnings, I think, is an incredibly underrated film, even though I was like, oh yeah, that's a fun, good movie. It's like, no, it's better than that. It's way better. It's so fantastic.
That's good.
And then I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of them that are just guilty pleasures. They're not even like all that great of movies, but like Who's Harry Crumb is great.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, Who's Harry Crumb?
One of my favorites. Thank God you chose it. I didn't think you would choose it.
There's another one called Delirious, which is
not Delirious.
He basically is like this. He gets into like this situation where he types out. He's a writer of a soap opera, and he becomes part of the soap opera. And his typewriter like helps him like create like whatever he writes. He's living in the soap opera, and it happens. And so that's another. I think it's underrated. I think it's pretty funny because he's pretty great in it. But that's a good one. And of course, I'd be an idiot if I didn't mention Uncle Buck, because Uncle Buck is one of the best movies of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, when he lets the principal have it, you still remember that scene to this day.
Oh, good.
Here's a quarter. You want? Oh, I'm not going to do it.
All right, Josh.
Well, that thing off.
Okay, very simple. Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck, Who's Harry Crumb, Spaceballs. God, Who's Harry Crumb? I love that movie. It's so funny. Oh my, when he's out on the balcony, like almost. It's been so long since I've seen it, but so many funny things. What was the other one I was thinking of? Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I liked it, but it was never my favorite because I thought it was sad. I thought it was sad at times. But yeah, Uncle Buck is just amazing. Especially it's got a great character arc because here he comes in and he's almost like a black sheep, of the family, and they're unsure if he should be taking care of the kids. But let's face it, they're in a pickle. They got to get out of the house. They got to get to their mother's. Is it the mother who was sick or the father?
No, neither of them were sick. They were going over to.
They were going to see a sick grandma or mother-in-law. Yeah.
Okay, and just really the chemistry he had with the oldest daughter. And when he comes in and he saves the day, and I don't know. I love that movie and The Great Outdoors.
She wasn't there when he came in to save the day.
Oh, nope. That's right.
That's right. He saved the day on his own. Yeah.
That's right.
She had already left
the street. That's right. Mm-hmm. Great Outdoors. I mean, him and Dan Aykroyd, that chemistry was the bear.
To this day, John Candy's face when he pulls up to the high school in Uncle Buck and he goes like this, waiting for the car to blow up.
Yes.
Just like, and boom.
I just love still though our from Great Outdoors with the steak.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of our friend Joel because he used to do the impression of him going, and he's like, "You're all done." He's like, "Oh, I'm done." Nope, you got to have the gristle. And he's like, his eyes get.
Look, he's not even saying anything. He's done. He's like, and that cook or chef is like, he ain't done. And Dan Aykroyd's like, sure he is. There's nothing left on that plate but gristle and fat. And you see John Candy going,
he's like grabbing onto him.
Oh God, that's good.
Oh, that was so good.
It's like, if I can get him to get a dessert now, could you throw a couple of shirts in?
His impressions. Oh God, but yeah, and then Spaceballs, he was amazing in that.
Yep.
Just everything he did. Cool Runnings was good. I didn't see it bunch, once or twice.
It was better than that.
Yeah. Wagons East, I never saw.
I saw it. It was good.
Good?
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's funny.
That was his last movie, right?
I think so.
But yeah, just amazing. What's so funny?
Well, okay, in Wagons East, there's this man that's a little light in the loafers, shall we say? And it's actually the guy who plays Dr. Cox on Scrubs.
Oh God, he is. Oh God, I can't think of his name. And they're coming back, by the way. Scrubs is coming back.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll be fun when that happens.
Oh God, what's his? It's gonna
John something.
Oh God.
Anyway, so there was a scene where he's like, "All right, we have to blend in with the Indians." John Candy's saying this, and this one, I think it was Richard Lewis, goes, "But they all wore moccasins," and he goes, "Well, Phil, we don't have any moccasins." And then this guy walks up and goes, "Excuse me, I bought a couple of pairs with me. I thought they would be just perfect." And I don't know why. I laugh every time I watch that.
John C. McGinley.
So, thank you. John C.
Yep.
McGinley. It's there's parts in it that are funny. It's not his greatest work, but there's some funny stuff in it.
Oh, it's so good. There was one other one I was thinking of. that oh my god. We just talked about being old and losing our train of thought, and I couldn't remember. You were talking, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I didn't mention this other movie." No, I can't.
Do you guys remember Armed and Dangerous?
I remember Armed and Dangerous.
Maybe.
Yep. Yeah, that was fun too. They had a song at the end of it that was on the radio for a little bit.
National Lampoon's Vacation. I know we talked about it, but just like
Wally World.
yeah, and he's like, "Mr. Boy, I went on the roller coaster and I didn't get sick one time." Like, shut up.
Shut up!
That was the perfect time.
That was good.
Oh my god! And he shoots him with the BB gun. Oh god! All right, Bob.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, for me, my all-time favorite of his is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I love that movie. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, there's some sad moments in it, but at the end of the day, it ends as a happy story because the two become friends,
Right.
and he becomes, he gets invited to that Thanksgiving dinner, and you assume, based on the way that it ends, that he's going to kind of become part of that family. And again, we'll talk about that more closer to Thanksgiving. Love The Great Outdoors, Spaceballs. I love both of those. Uncle Buck, of course. And of course, he didn't have a huge role in it, but Home Alone. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, Home Alone is great. So those are probably my favorite that he was in. And he's
Who's
been
Harry
in
Crumb?
Brewster's Millions was the other one. That
You
I
didn't
wanted to
like
run.
Who's Harry Crumb?
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Oh,
We're talking about the favorites.
Good Lord, Josh.
it's not your favorite?
He
Did I
just
say
said
it?
no.
Well, you didn't mention it.
Well,
Yes, you did.
what does that tell you?
It's not your favorite.
There you go. Oh, you know what, Josh? While I'm at it, JFK is not my favorite. Cool Runnings is not my favorite. Splash is not my favorite. Wagons East is not my favorite. Should I go on?
Yes.
Yes.
We talked about what are our favorites. It's not your favorite?
What
I
are
didn't say it.
I'll give another shout out, and that would be Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah. He
Oh,
was in
yeah,
that too.
I was in that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he was in some good ones. But those are probably my favorites. And like I said, I'll throw Brewster's Millions in there as well. Brewster's Millions is great. We that'll be one that we do watch as well on this show because
Hilarious.
or a review on the show because that's a fun one. That's a good little hidden gem.
Yep.
So overall, great documentary, a great life, touched a lot of people, and still 30 years later, we're still talking about him. So
Yeah.
all right. Anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Thanks for everything again, John.
Yep. Rest in peace.
All right, let's go ahead and get into our final part of the night.
It's my favorite. It's so good.
I thought the fantasy football recap was your favorite.
No. Yeah. Funny.
All right, Derek, what do you got for us this week?
I'm going to make it a point to keep this brief. I don't think there's anything to get into real dramatic here, not in a long fashion.
Hotel
You
curtains.
guys ever notice how when someone says, I'm up for it, someone else says, I'm down, it means the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with that.
I'm down. Short and simple.
Yep.
All right.
They don't all have to be long.
All right. Well,
We've had
all
barbecue.
right, then that leads us to the end of the evening. And just one quick thought to leave you with before we close out with social media.
Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Give me some. PT. 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 Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good for me.
Nice.
Josh, do you know the movie?
Oh God.
I see. Knew it.
No, he doesn't know the movie.
No, it's what is it?
You
Full
tell
Metal
me.
Jacket.
I was going to say that actually.
Oh, when we get off, there's a clip I want to show you because when I was looking for clips, There's one that I found with Private Pile. Oh my god, it just made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's been forever since I've seen that. But anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and call it a night here, and we'll close up with some social media. Josh, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, checking out all of the AI videos. I'm the family man of the valley.
Derek?
Oh man. Well, based off the work that you can find on AI, and how I love Mr. Rogers, I feel about as old as him these days, and that's where you can find me with all the other old people over on Facebook and LinkedIn.
All right, and you can find me over on my YouTube channel, Bob Loves Movies, and on Criticless and X. Gentlemen, it was great talking to you guys tonight. Looking forward to next week, and got the Halloween episode coming up here in a couple of weeks. That's going to be a fun one. I've got some fun stuff planned for that, and we're going to have a guest on that day, so it should be a lot of fun. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. You guys have yourselves a good night.
Thank you all involved.
Good show.
Bye-bye.